2, 3. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. On Shema, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. On Shema, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Tonight we light the candles, and as I watch them shine, I think of what they stand for, this heritage of mine. It's more than just a story of people long ago. It reaches to the present, and deep inside I know I am a light that shines with love and promise. The darkest night can never dim my glow. Imagine life where each of us ignites the flame inside, standing close together, standing for what's right. A million ways to say I am alive. Candle called the shamash burns with a special flame. It shares its fire with others so they can do the same. From the youngest to the oldest, there's so much we can do. Like those who came before us, we must burn brightly too. I am a light that shines with love and promise. The darkest night can never dim my glow. Imagine life where each of us ignites the flame inside, standing close together, standing for what's right. A million ways to say I am alive. Heart to heart, one by one, that's how it starts. I am a light that shines with love and promise. The darkest night can never dim my glow. Imagine life where each of us ignites the flame inside, Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom Hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom Hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim Ufros aleinu Sukat shlomecha v'hoshienu l'man shemecha. Help us to know that you're near, that your presence is here. Let us lie down in peace every night. And when we rise in the day, keep us sheltered, we pray. Guide us, God, with your love and your light. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. My days are busy, there's so much to do and see. So many people expect so very much of me because I love them. I always try to do my best, and as the sun sets, I make this Shabbat request. Shalom Rav, give me peace, oh God, I pray. Shalom Rav, peace for each moment of my day. Shalom Rav, within me plant a peaceful seed. Peace for the world begins with a peaceful me. When I am peaceful, trouble cannot follow me. I can help others to feel happy, to feel free. Give me the will, God, because it's what I want to do, to spread to others the peace that comes from you. Shalom Rav, give me peace, oh God, I pray. Shalom Rav, peace for each moment of my day. Shalom Rav, within me plant a peaceful seed. Peace for the world begins with a peaceful me. Peace for the world begins with a peaceful me.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו למדת, אותנו למדת. כן אדוני אלוהינו ושפטנו וקומנו, נשיח בכוחך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ומצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ויורך ימינו, ובהם נגן בלילה, נגן יומם ולילה. באהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל.
God's Almighty in the Torah we see. The path to wisdom is a place to be. We can walk the path every day. It's really easy if you do it this way. Do justly, love mercy, walk humbly with God. Do justly, love mercy, walk humbly with God. Love the beauty that is in the world. Love the goodness in each boy and girl. We walk humbly with faith and trust. God is walking with each one of us. Do justly, love mercy, walk humbly with God. Do justly, love mercy, walk humbly with God. Do justly, love mercy, walk humbly with God. Do justly, love mercy, walk humbly with God.
כנפי השכינה, ברוכים הבאים תחת כנפי השכינה. May you be blessed beneath the wings of Shekhinah. Be blessed with love, be blessed with peace. Bruchot habaot tachat kanfei hashekhinah. Bruchim habayim tachat kanfei hashekhinah. May you be blessed beneath the wings of Shekhinah. Be blessed with love, be blessed with peace. May you be blessed beneath the wings of Shekhinah. Be blessed with love, be blessed with peace.
Bruchim habaim, may you be blessed as you arrive here at Congregation Micah. May you be blessed while you are here, and we hope also as you leave. My name is Philip Rice. They do call me Rabbi Flip. That's Miss Lisa Silver. Most of you are not here to see us today. You are here because a certain young man, a special soul, sits on our bima, on our pulpit, ready to become an adult in the eyes of the Jewish community as he becomes a bar mitzvah. Zev is a special guy, and I have been working with him, often remotely, since the Melamed family flew and left us to Denver. And our loss, but their gain. But we are keeping Zev, I think, at least for today, to celebrate with the community where he has learned and studied Hebrew, where he will stand before you all, a community of loved ones, and lead them in the story, in the prayers of the Jewish people, and where he will chant from the Torah, the Bible in its scroll-like fashion. He is very good at all of these things, having been well-trained, and he stands here before you all, ready to do this with some joy, and I hope not much trepidation. We like to get started by inviting his parents forward. Dan and Sarah are going to come and present him with a talis, a prayer shawl.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef batziti. We continue on page 74 with the singing of Matovu.
Matovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkanotecha Yisrael. Matovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkanotecha Yisrael. Matovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkanotecha Yisrael.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher yatzar et ha'adam b'chokma uvarei vo nekavim nekavim chalulim chalulim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who formed the human body with skill, creating the body's many pathways and openings. It is well known before your throne of glory that if one of them be wrongly opened or closed, it would be impossible to endure and stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals all flesh, working wondrously. Baruch atah Adonai, rofei kol basar umufli la'asot. We continue on page 78.
Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. 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 Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi.
It's pretty obvious to me that Zev is warming up and loosening up, and that you are not. So on pages 80, 82, and 84, Zev is going to chant, thanking God for the many miracles of everyday life. And those of you who may or may not know Hebrew, there's a few Hebrew words that got really big, and one of them sounds like this.
Amen.
Right. It means I agree, I belong, I believe that. So this will help warm us up. We just have to sing one word. He's going to chant the rest. You ready? Go for it.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes the naked.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives strength to the weary.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me in the image of God.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me free.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a Jew.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who girds Israel with strength.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedasham b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah.
Amen. Okay. You can't say a blessing without reading a little Torah. We said a blessing for Torah. So on page 88 or on the screens, we're going to let you lead us responsibly.
These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all.
Another big Hebrew word that has made it, hallelujah. Miss Lisa leads us.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kol anshama tehallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol anshama hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kol anshama tehallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol anshama tehallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Please rise and turn to page 106. Yekadavia Kadashame Rava.
Amen.
Ba'alma Divra Hiverte, Yamik Malhute, Bahayho Vilmeho, Uftabeke, Koyo Israel, Bagala Uvizman, Kari, Limaru, Amen. Yeheshme Rabba Mavorach, La'olam Ulau Me Amaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach V'yishtarbash, V'yapar V'yaptroma V'yanase, V'yadhadar V'tale V'tahal, Shemei Kedusha Brihu, Le'olam Mikol V'yirhata V'shirata, Tushbehata Nechemata, Dari Randelma, Limaru, Amen.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed, HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Please be seated. We continue on page 110. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvrei hoshek, osei shalom uvrei et hakol, hameir la'aretz, la'adarim alecha barachamim, uvtivo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid, ma'aseh ve'reshit. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy you illuminate the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai. In wisdom you formed them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai, our God, for the excellent work of your hands, and for the lights you created. May they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we all may swiftly merit its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Baruch Adonai Yotzer Hamarot. We continue responsibly on page 113. Love your neighbor as yourself, you said, and like blinded we saw that inner and outer worlds are one as you are one. You spoke and we wrote, we reached for you down the centuries, your light moving before us as we climbed again, your Sinai of life. Baruch atah Adonai, Hebocher be'amo Yisrael ba'ahava. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod, Malchuto, Leolam Vaed.
Zev can continue on page 116, leading us in the words of Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levacha v'chol nafshecha v'chol me'odecha v'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavah hayom al levavecha v'shinata levavecha v'divarta bam v'shitaha v'retaha v'v'letaha ladelek uv'shokbeha uv'kumeha uv'shartam leot al yadecha v'layu letotafot b'neineha uchtavtam al mezuzot beiteha uvisharecha laman tiskaru v'asiter et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kadoshim lelechem ani Adonai Elohem asher tzeityechem me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lahem Elohim ani Adonai Elohem. We continue responsibly on page 121. The eternal truth is that you alone are God and there is no one else.
May the righteous of all nations rejoice in your love and exult in your justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation, nor learn war any more.
You shall not hate your brother or sister in your heart.
The stranger that sojourns with you shall be accepted as your equal, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Why do you crush my people and oppress the poor? Asked God.
We know that the Eternal One defends the poor and upholds the rights of the needy.
Praise to God Most High.
Blessed is God and deserving of blessing.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Shircha nesha shebechu gelim leshimcha safar hayam. Yachar kulam hodu ve'imlechu ve'amru Adonai imloch leolam va'ed Adonai imloch leolam va'ed Tzur Yisrael kuma bezrar Yisrael ufidechinu melcha Yehuda ve'Yisrael Go Aleinu Adonai Tzevot Shemo Kadosh Yisrael Baruch Atah Adonai Ga Yisrael.
Please rise. Adonai sifat avdita ufi agi tehilateha.
Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Koneh Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'Nehem L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magin Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai Mechayei hakol atarav lehoshia Mechalkel chayim bechesed Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim Somech noflim ve'rofech cholim Umatir asurim Umekayem emunato lishenei afar Michamocha ba'al gevurot Umido melach Melech memit umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah lehachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדשים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה על זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ, כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, מה אדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו ומלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated.
So, when Zev was reading the line about there being no war, I could not help but think about those places in this world where there is. And so we always leave a little time to send prayers of peace for our own personal thoughts and reflections, a little bit of silence as we send some peace to the Ukraine and other places that don't seem to enjoy the safety and security that we do.
שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל עמך. שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל עמך. שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, על כל ישראל עמך. שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, על כל ישראל עמך.
So one of the many challenges we put before our candidates as they become a bar mitzvah, sort of move from being a child of the commandments really to being an adult in the eyes of the Jewish community, is that they learn the prayers of the Jewish people and they stand before a community of loved ones and lead them in those prayers. And I think all in attendance, I don't usually do this, can give Zev a little round of applause. Another challenge is that they learn to chant a story from the Torah, the Bible. And we're going to do that now. What we're going to do is we're going to invite Jamie Heller and Mark and Bobby Kasurik to forward to open the doors of our ark. We're going to invite everyone to please rise and tell grandparents and parents that they're on the on-deck circle. We are on page 244.
אין כמוך ואלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך. מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. אב הרחמים היטיבה ברצונך את ציון, תבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים. כי בך לבד בטחנו, מלך העולם נישא, אדון עולמים. כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, לעמו ישראל בקדושתו.
We are going to invite parents Warren, Ken, Judy, Sarah, and Dan. We're going to make a line. So this is why we do this, Zev, because we read that Moshe kibel Torah mi Sinai, that something magical happened on Mount Sinai where Moses received the Torah. And you're standing before a little mini Mount Sinai right now about to receive the Torah. And the thing about it is he didn't just keep it in a cave. He shared it with Joshua, his disciple, who in turn passed it down to the prophets, to all the wise people in every generation that were willing to accept it. And that's why it makes its way from your grandparents and parents into your hands. And the thing about it is, we don't just share it with you, we share it with all these beautiful and wonderful people who have come to celebrate you today. So after we sing Shema, we're going to make our way around the sanctuary, and everyone is allowed to touch the Torah. All right?
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shmo, Gadolul Adonai Iti, Unoromama, Shemo Yachdav. Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Haolam, Haolam Omed, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Haolam, Haolam Omed. Ha'avodah v'ha'gemilut chasadim, ha'torah v'ha'avodah v'ha'gemilut chasadim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam, ha'olam omed, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam, ha'olam omed, al ha'torah v'ha'avodah v'ha'gemilut chasadim, al ha'torah v'ha'avodah v'ha'gemilut chasadim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam, ha'olam omed.
As the Torah finds her seat, we invite you to be seated as well. So Zev is going to be chanting from Parashat Vayakhel, but I'm going to let him tell you about that in just a little bit. In order for Zev to chant, we like to give honor to folks and have them bless the Torah before he does that. Stand right here. We're going to look right there. Hang on. So first we are going to invite, just as they are comfortable, his grandparents Warren, Judy, and Ken to come back up to the bima and to be close to Zev as he chants for an aliyah. Come on up. We have these things right here, but Zev's going to help you. Ready together as a team. 1, 2, 3. Baruch
Baruch Adonai Hambarak Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Barak Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'anim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'Torah. Vayikael Moshe et kol adam b'nei Yisrael vayomer alehem Ele hadavarim asher tziva Adonai lasot totam Sheisha yamim te'aseh malacha ubayom hashvi'i yihiyeh lakem kodesh Shabbat Shabbaton liyena kahaosevo malacha umat Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah anet v'nayeh olam natan b'toheinu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. This is the part where grandparents now can shower you with a little love if you want.
We can do that. We can certainly do that.
Well done. And for the honor of our next Aliyah, we're looking for Uncle Rick and Aunt Melissa and Cousin Matthew to come join us on it. Come close, come close. That will help. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Bar.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'anim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Potavaru ish v'chol moshvoteichem bayom hashabbat. Nayomer Moshe el Kada b'nei Yisrael le'mor zehadavar asher tziva Adonai le'mor. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'kayei olam natan b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Have family love now.
Yes, family love.
And as Zev now takes his official place among the Jewish people with an Aliyah, we're going to invite Mom and Dad to come forward. Tice, you can come too if you want.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'anim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Kehu mehihem truma l'Adonai kol netziv lilo yehye ash et truma Adonai zahav na kesek un hoshet. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'kayei olam natan b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
And I'm feeling a group hug. I don't know. So it's with the Torah out, and we believe, we hope, we consider, we pray that God is especially attentive. And so it's always at this moment that we think about people in our community that are in need of a prayer for healing. We mentioned specifically Judith Mandel and Gail Hooper, TJ Cohen and George Hahn, Wayne Ritt, Ariana Zaragoza, Curtis Hegenow, and Charlene Estrin. If there's other names, people that you know of in other communities that are in need of such a blessing, we always invite people to share their names aloud.
Susan Burdine.
Beverly Bach.
So we take those names into our hearts and prayers, as well as all people in need of such a blessing. And we sing together, I think, page 250.
Page 253.
253.
Mi sheberach avoteinu makor habracha leimoteinu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imoteinu makor habracha leavoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
If you're not one of the lucky few that gets to come up here and see how difficult a task it is to actually chant from the Torah, then we like to give you the opportunity to at least see that. So if everyone doesn't mind rising briefly, I'll give you a look.
V'zod haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe.
And Tice, why don't you come up here and maybe help us dress it, please? Oops, sorry.
Good morning.
Good morning.
In the Torah portion I chanted for you this morning is about Moses, the leader of the Jewish people, telling the Israelites that God has commanded them to build a Mishkan, literally a place for the eternal God to dwell. At this stage in our spiritual development, the idea was that God was going to live in the Mishkan. They were building it so that God could exist in this sacred space. Afterwards, the people are told that they must work for 6 days, and on the seventh day, they get a Sabbath, a day of complete rest. Rest is important because it helps you recharge. According to the Torah, you rest by not doing work and by relaxing. This is such an important law that if anyone does work on the Sabbath day, the Torah commanded at the time that they should be put to death. It is a good thing you all are here today. Moses also said that anyone who wants can bring gifts to the Mishkan, such as gold, silver, and copper, blue, purple, and crimson yarns, fine linen and goat's hair, oil, spices, lapis lazuli, and other stones. Rabbi Flip asked what I would bring. I told him I would bring yarns to God and would bring to the world my best self. That is what I did today and to the process of becoming a bar mitzvah. There were times when I had to stop playing with my friends to practice, but my favorite thing about becoming a bar mitzvah is that I am here standing before the open and kind Micah community becoming a man. I would like to thank you all for coming here today and to those who have joined us online, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Shabbat Shalom.
All right, you can breathe now. You're not done. The hard parts are done. We can let them clap again just one time. So we know getting up in front of anybody, even people who love you, and saying anything into a microphone in any language can be an intimidating thing. And you have done that with a lot of grace today. And so therefore, this is the part where we just shower you with a few gifts, right? That first gift, if Miss Lisa Silver's willing, comes by way of a song.
So Zev, it's nice to see you here today live and in person. I don't know we did all our work on Zoom and just, saw each other's heads, and it's nice to see you doing such a wonderful job after all the hard work that you put in, and even from afar. But of course, I guess on Zoom, you could be on the moon, I could be on Mars, we could still get the job done. So I'm glad you're here, and now that you've blessed us with everything you've done, I want to sing a little blessing for you.
May your eyes shine with the light of Torah, and your face be radiant as the brightness of the sky. May your lips speak words of wisdom, and may the world you live in be the world of your dreams. May you see your world created in your lifetime. May you see your visions come to be. May your hope touch every generation to come. These are the prayers we have for you. May your eyes shine with the light of Torah, and your face be radiant as the brightness of the sky. May your lips speak words of wisdom. May the world you live in be the world of your dreams. May you be blessed with understanding, with wisdom and compassion in your heart. May your tongue be filled with song. May your lips sing out for justice. These are the prayers we have for you. May your eyes shine with the light of Torah, and your face be radiant as the brightness of the sky. May your lips speak words of wisdom, and may the world you live in be the world of your dreams.
Thank you, Miss Lisa. Next, we have a member of our board with us today, and she is making her way forward up here. Shannon Alpert is going to present you with a few gifts.
What an honor to be here with you on your very special day with all of your family and friends. We just wanted to thank you and again, congratulate you on doing such a wonderful job today. Rabbi Flip said you handled everything with grace, and that is absolutely true. And we appreciate you, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Okay. Philip Lashinsky's here. He recently became a bar mitzvah. He's going to come up here too. And he's going to grab that Torah over there, which is in fact not an actual Torah, but is the Micah Torah scroll. And everyone who has a bar and bat mitzvah signs the scroll. Otherwise, it's like it didn't happen. Okay, hang on to it for a second. I'm gonna go like this. I'm just going to take this out. Keep her helping. Okay. Look at that, right below Philip's name. Any words of wisdom? It's okay. Just kidding. Awesome. Nobody signed in cursive. Not one name do I see. Okay. Lost art. Okay, you'll hold that. Sorry. Nope, it's backwards. There we go. Gotcha. Put it back forward. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you, Philip. Come closer, Zev. You're almost done. I got to say a few things, but first I'm going to invite the most important people in the room, I think, to say a few things. Your parents, Dan and Sarah, are going to come forward again.
All right, so good day, everyone, friends and family, and all of you here and watching online. We're really excited that you could join us today in whatever way you could. If you are online and watching, I'm gonna say you can tell me the code word is mensch to prove that you actually watched. So, Zev, Ari Zev, we love you from A to Z. We've always said that. In Hebrew, Ari Zev Melamed translates to lion, wolf, teacher, but I've long ago joked that we should have named him Zen. Even though today might have caused him and us a little anxiety, he's sincerely the calmest and most easygoing dude I've ever met, with the exception of getting a shot. But from the very start, he's taken a relaxed approach to everything else, and it's one of the things I love most about his dad, and also one of the traits that drives me crazy, since I'm a little more high-strung and want everything to be done now. But this guy, every year at Camp Davis, he earns the Mensch of the Week award. And a mensch is defined as a person of integrity and honor, but that doesn't even scratch the surface of what an amazing young man he is. He's known for being kind to everyone, and while we know children behave differently when they're not around their parents, we know it's from the comments and other notes that we've gotten from his teachers and rabbis that he's truly special. Like all parents, we burst with pride when these things are told to us, and we've been fortunate to have a lot of those moments, and I want to share a few that are worth bragging about. These are notes that we've actually gotten from his teachers. It said, "I want you to know what an amazing young man you are raising. He impresses every adult he meets, and many times in the last weeks, adults have commented to me how kind, polite, happy, and friendly he is to everybody, and I am so thrilled he is part of my class this year." And another said, "I've been a teacher for 20 years this year, and I've taught thousands of students, and Zev's among the kindest young men I've had the pleasure of teaching." And then in emails to him, we've heard, "It was such a nice change to meet you and see how you treat everyone with kindness and respect, even others who are having a lot of trouble and who maybe aren't the kindest. You are a terrific role model and honestly one of the best people I've ever met, and I've taught thousands and thousands of students, and it's my honor to say that you were my student." So while some people are quick to say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, we've got to say he's taught me more about being a better person than I've taught him. One of my favorite examples was when we were headed to preschool one morning. As parents know, it's getting out of the house on time, especially with a young kid, is one of the hardest things we do on a daily basis. And as we're driving along to the Gordon JCC preschool, a driver cuts us off on Old Hickory, which is kind of dangerous, and Zev's in the back seat, and he can hear me fuming from the front, and he says something like, Mom, let it go. Don't worry about it. He's probably in a bigger hurry and has a good reason. And it was a startling lesson in empathy and being zen from a child that's really young. Those have been among his strongest traits, and another has been the courage to follow his own path to do what's right, even when it's not what everyone else is doing. Now, I'm not going to claim he's perfect, because at the age of 8, he dropped his first F-bomb, and he got that from me. But while I was shocked and a little appalled, I was also a little proud he used it correctly, although there's really not a wrong way to say it. Sorry. But after a brief talk, he hasn't used it again, and at least not in front of me. So he's not perfect, but he's pretty close, and he was the perfect son to come first to make me a mother and train me and to be a big help with his younger brother, Tice. I'm in awe of his natural traits and how well they serve him. He was understandably upset in anticipation of our move to Denver 2 months ago, leaving this community, his family, his friends, and we all miss you incredibly out there, but he's adapting and enjoying it better than we could have hoped. I was incredibly relieved one day when I picked him up from school, and he says to me, Mom, you know how I get really upset about getting shots, but it's never as bad as I think it's going to be? That's the same as what it was moving here. The anticipation is the worst, and I need to remember that. So he's smart, kind, and zen beyond his 13 years, and we are so proud of the young man he's growing up to be and his hard work for today. I'm grateful for this moment and everyone who's been a part of his life so far, because family and friends, you've helped guide us, lending us your ears, your hands, your experienced advice. And thank you to the Gordon JCC for helping us find our first home in the Jewish community here in Nashville through preschool and camp, to Micah for embracing our family, for Lisa leading us in her beautiful melodies, to all of his Hebrew School's extraordinary volunteers, and Julie Greenberg and Rabbi Flip for all that you've done to prepare us for today. Zev is a huge fan of Hamilton, but I think most of us are. He has listened to the soundtrack so many times he can quote a line for almost every situation, and he can rap just as quickly as David Diggs, which is 6.3 words per second in Guns and Ships.
Wasn't it 6.4?
Close enough.
Okay. And we've already got the teenager attitude going. So I believe he'll appreciate me closing with the modified words of, there's a million things you haven't done, but just you wait. And I'm beyond excited. Okay.
So, Zev, I remember the day that you came into this world 13 years ago. Mom and I got to the hospital at 7 a.m. and waited and waited and waited a little bit longer. I think it was 13 hours, something like that. And then you finally decided that you were ready. You kept trying to tell us, though, that you were happy where you were. So after a little bit more encouragement, you joined us and life was never the same. You filled my heart with such love from the first moment I saw you with the full head of hair that you were born with. It has been a journey from us driving around at night to get you to fall asleep to your bar mitzvah today. And you have grown into an extraordinary young man who shows lots of compassion and kindness to everyone. You have such a calming personality that it spreads to those around you and makes them better for it. You've had an amazing impact on my life, and I'm a better person for it. I remember watching you sitting in your high chair and falling asleep in mid-bite with this innocent and content expression. Or when you walked into the bathroom, I walked into the bathroom, and you had done the whole roll of toilet paper on the floor. And while you were upset, I think you were only upset because there was no more toilet paper, because you were actually very proud of yourself. Your loving and welcoming personality continued to develop as you entered preschool. And on the first day, you didn't get upset like most kids when we were leaving. You ran off, not looking back, to join all the other kids in play. Yes, and Mom cried. When you entered kindergarten, your teacher told us she wished she had more students like you. Of course, we know she meant it and wasn't just trying to be nice. You had that type of impact on all of your teachers. And then when the pandemic hit, you took it in stride and you showed your little brother that everything was going to be okay. You not only succeeded with your remote learning that year, but you were also able to help your brother, not only reassure him, but also help him with his schoolwork and be a role model for him to look up to. You are an amazing big brother who always is looking out for Tice. You made sure to involve him in the different things you were still doing with your friends and teaching him how to play games so that he could be part of the group. You comfort him when he is upset and help him when he needs it. You let him win when he wants to use the PlayStation first. Yeah, that's you, Tice. And you try to make sure he has a good time when we play games. You help quiz him on his spelling words and teach him math, swimming, and how to brush his teeth. You are always there for him whenever he needs you, just like my big brother was and is for me. I am amazed by the young man you are growing into. You are starting to better understand the world around you and the impact one person can have on it and the people that surround them. Watching that spark in your eyes grow as you are starting to better understand all the different avenues ahead in life. I see you continually learning, taking it all in, and figuring out how to navigate these choices. The way you absorb it all and take it in stride is a quality that serves you well and I admire. Not letting things get in the way of you achieving goals you set or ideals you believe in is something you should never lose along this journey. This will help guide you as you continue to grow into the young man standing here who makes me so proud in all that you do. The courage and strength that is within comes out every day as you face the challenges before you. I know that while we all make mistakes along the way, you have the best of intentions and that you will keep up, get up, shake it off, and not let it stop you. Viewing things from a different perspective and having more empathy for those around me are just a few of the things you have taught me. The way that you care about what happens to other people and the feelings they have shows how you have matured before my eyes and with the blink are now entering manhood. I hope that I was able to teach you something along the way and hopefully a little bit more in the future before you have all the answers like most teenagers do. I also hope that you will continue to teach me and help me grow as this adventure we call life continues. Thank you to everyone for all of the love and encouragement you have provided and shown to all of us. Thank you to everyone who donated to Nashville Humane in honor of Zev's Day. Nashville Humane Association is a special place to all of us as we have adopted multiple fur kids from there, and every year for his birthday, he's asked friends to donate to them instead of gifts. Whether you are here at Micah or watching from home, we are grateful for you sharing this incredible moment in Zev's life that we as a family and he personally will remember for a lifetime.
Try to be a rabbi that's in touch, Zev, and right about now I know people start getting hungry. So I'm not giving you a long sermon, I just have a few little things I want to tell you. First, I think it is well known in this community that Rabbi Laurie is more of the Broadway fan, but I was honored to be in the room where it happened today, and I'm glad you did not miss your shot. I didn't even see it. I care more about the Torah. I do, and you are emanating it. Your Torah portion today spoke about gathering the community, and people have gathered here to celebrate you. Your Torah portion spoke about the Sabbath, and we came up with that joke about how it could kill you if you don't take a break every once in a while, and I think you know that. And I think the biggest part I want to emphasize is the gifts that everybody brought, and why I asked you what you would bring, because you did bring your best self today and to this experience. And the Jewish community needs people to continue to do that. So whether it's here in Nashville where your community extends or in your new home in Denver, I want you to recognize the power that you have to make the Jewish community stronger, because you did today. I want this to just be another step on this great journey of learning and feeling close to the divine presence. And I want you to know that just as everybody in your Torah portion brought these weird things and these gold and the silver and the copper and the goat skins and all of that was their way of expressing an inspired notion that they wanted to contribute something. And you have so much to contribute. And we just feel lucky you're a part of us too. And from Nashville, we will be rooting you on in Colorado. What I'd like to do now is to wish you 3 things in success. We want you to live a life of Torah. And by that, we mean the scroll, but we also mean really all of the many talents and things you're interested in, that you dive into them and explore them and flourish in them. We want you to live a life of chuppah, and that means, like your parents, that you meet a partner and your life is more fulfilling because that partner's in it. And we want you to live a life of ma'asim tovim, of doing good deeds, not only making you a better person, but making the world a better place. So what we do is we make a little chuppah, Mom and Dad. Go ahead. We need your talis. You one on either side. And we take those 3 wishes we have for you and we wrap them up in what we call the priestly benediction, a 3-fold benediction. It's the oldest blessing we know in humanity.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you, Zev, and keep you safe always.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's face shine upon you, and when that happens, may you smile.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God's countenance shine upon you and through you, and may you and all of these people who love you and our whole broken world be granted the greatest gift. May you always have a sense of shalom, a sense of wholeness, and a sense of peace. Everybody says, Amen. Okay. And we are going to begin returning the Torah to the Ark. We're going to invite you all once again to please rise.
Hodo al eretz v'shamayim ve'al yaren keren lamo tehila l'chol basidav livnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Etz chaim hi l'machazikim ba v'tomchea meushar dracheha darkei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Chadesh, Chadesh Yameinu, Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem. We now conclude with the words of Aleinu on page 282. Aleinu l'shabech l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula l'yotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kiko yeharatzot, v'lo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkeinu kahem, v'goralenu kachol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו echad.
It's always here towards the end of our service that we think about those people who still touch our lives through their spirits. Our community continues to mourn the recent passings of Evelyn Richmond and Barbara Brooke. We also recall on the anniversaries of their deaths, Dorothy Avery, Elizabeth D. Giovanni, Helen Wheel Haas, Mary Watts, Ray Zimmerman, Leon Weisel, Ray Joseph, Walter Lample Jr., Abigail Morrison, Kurt Rose, Nikolai Bursko, Janice Salinger, Norman Sulkin, Lou Ortega, Ted Lipman, Irma Goldman Cotton, Sylvia Goldstein, Jerry Dushin. We also recall from your family, Zev, Marguerite and Harold Klockseam, Irving and Ethel Davison, Lottie Melamed, and Evelyn Wade. If there's any names I've neglected to mention or any you'd like to add? The words to Kaddish Yatom, our mourner's Kaddish, can be found on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra kirute v'yamlik malchute, b'chayachon of Yom HaChon uv'chaye dekol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam ulalmei almaya, yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brichu, Le'ela min kol birkata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nekamata, dameran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehi shlomo rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. We say zikronah levracha, that their memories should always live on and be a blessing. Okay, here's what we do next. Everyone who wants to, and that should be all of you, should come forward close and do a kiddush with us and a motzi so that we can go forth to a nice meal. Everyone that way will also be able to see you on TV. Raise the glasses high.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen. L'chaim. Okay, Zev, you can take a little sip, and then we're going to grab the bread right there. Maybe a family grab, and we'll pull. If you guys got cooties or COVID, you've got it together. Okay.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
And Mazel Tov and Shabbat Shalom.